Here the mighty one, who occupies a large portion of the heavens, is seen bending on one knee, with his right heel lifted up as if it had been wounded, while his left foot is set directly over the head of the great dragon. In his right hand he wields a great club, and in his left hand he grasps a triple-headed monster, Cerberus, and he has the skin of a lion, which he has slain, thrown around him.
Cerberus, or the serpent with 3 heads, was placed by Hercules by the side of Hercules. Bayer had previously placed the apple branch in his hand. This was symbolical of the golden apples of Hesperides, which he obtained by killing this 3-headed hydra, by whom they were guarded. In our picture these are combined, and a bow and quiver added from other ancient authorities.
In the zodiac of Dendera we have a human figure, likewise with a club. His name is Bow, which means who cometh, and is evidently intended for him who cometh to crush the serpent's head and destroy the works of the devil. In Arabic he is called Al-Giskal, the strong one. There are 113 stars in this constellation. 7 are of the 3rd magnitude, 17 of the 4th, etc. The brightest star, Alpha, in his head is named Ras al-Gethi, and means the head of him who bruises. The next, Beta, in the right armpit, is named Corniferous, and means the branch kneeling. The star Kappa, in the right elbow, is called Marsik, the wounding. The star Lambtha, in the upper part of the left arm, is named Ma'asin, the sin offering, while Omega, in the lower part of the right arm, is Kayam, or Gwayam, punishing, and in Arabic, treading underfoot. Thus does everything in the picture combine to set forth the mighty works of this stronger than the strong man armed. We can easily see how the perversion of the truth by the Greeks came about, and how, when the true foreshadowings of this mighty one had been lost, the many fables were invented to supply their place. The wiser sort of Greeks knew this perfectly well. Aristotle, in his Metaphysics 10:8, admits, with regard to Greek mythology, that religion and philosophy had been lost, and that much had been added after the mythical style, while much had come down and may have been preserved to our times as the remains of ancient wisdom. Religion, such as it was, Polybius confesses, was recognized as a necessary means to political ends. Neander says that it was the fragments of a tradition which transmitted the knowledge of divine things possessed in the earliest times. Aratus shews the same uncertainty as to the meaning of this constellation of Hercules. He says,
Near this, and like a toiling man, revolves a form. Of it can no one clearly speak, nor what he labors at. They call him simply the man upon his knees, in desperate struggle like one who sinks, he seems. From both his shoulders his arms are high uplifted and outstretched as far as he can reach, and his right foot is planted on the coiled dragon's head.
Ancient authorities differ as to the personality of Hercules, and they disagree as to the number, nature, and order of what are sometimes called the 12 labors of Hercules. But there is no doubt as to the mighty foretold works which the woman's seed should perform. From first to last, Hercules is seen engaged in destroying some malignant foe. Now it is the Nemean lion, then it is the slaying of the boar of Erymanthus. Again it is the conquest of the bull of Crete, then the killing of the 3-headed hydra, by whose venom Hercules afterwards dies. In the belly of the sea monster he is said to have remained 3 days and 3 nights. This was doubtless a perversion of the type of Jonah introduced by Lycophron, who, living at the court of Ptolemy Philadelphus, under whose auspices the Hebrew scriptures were translated into Greek, would have known of that divine miracle and of its application to the coming one. Bishop Horsley believed that the fables of the Greek mythology could be traced back to the prophecies of the Messiah, of which they were a perversion from ignorance or design. This is specially true of Hercules. In his apparently impossible tasks of overthrowing gigantic enemies and delivering captives, we can see through the shadow and discern the pure light of the truth. We can understand how the original star picture must have been a prophetic representation of him who shall destroy the old serpent and open the way again, not to fabled apples of gold, but to the tree of life itself. He it is who, though suffering in the mighty conflict and brought to his knee, going down even to the dust of death, shall yet, in resurrection and advent glory, wield his victorious club, subdue all his enemies, and plant his foot on the dragon's head. For of him it is written, Thou shalt tread upon the lion and adder. The young lion and the dragon shalt thou trample under foot. Psalm 91, verse 13. Come, Lord, and burst the captive's chains, and set the prisoners free. Come, cleanse this earth from all its stains, and make it meet for thee. O come and end creation's groans, its sighs, its tears, its blood, and make this blighted world again the dwelling place of God.